Hello everyone, this is the 4th of January and today I'm going to discuss Michael Salla's theory about the current events. I must say I'm afraid he is right, and I need to explain why I believe he looks right and why I am afraid of this. And to illustrate his theory, I prepared a presentation. Let's dive into it. During the presentation, I will talk about his background, shortly about exopolitics and what it means for us for the future. And also, I need to highlight the weaknesses of his theory, and yeah, let's dive in. So, Michael Salla uh, is an international relations scholar, and he turned to explore and research the UFO topic after 2001. And in his works, he made a pivotal role. He was a pioneer in listening not just to whistleblowers but also with extraterrestrial contactees. And I wrote RVs, it means remote viewers, but mediums, psychic, who might have experiences uh, in meditation, and unfortunately these are always speculative experiences. We can never be sure what we see, and misunderstandings might happen quite often. However, because Salla was open-minded, probably he is the one who could develop the most comprehensive theories in among Western experts. Why I mean this? Uh, I told you a couple of videos earlier that my background in the subject of aliens and UFOs is rooted not just in Michael Salla's and Steven Greer's work, but also a Hungarian blog, Exopolitica, and to me it seems Exopolitica could develop the most comprehensive theories. However, it's worth diving into Salla's works. There was no publication on Exopolitica blog after 2018, so about the recent developments, that blog didn't publish anything yet. Uh, Michael Salla, after 2001, published an enormous amount of books, online webinars, YouTube clips, what have you. It's just monumental to me how productive he is and how fertile as an author he is. And these are just some of his books. He published many more, so it's worth a dive in. And to be honest, there is something with him. He established the discipline called exopolitics, which believes that international relations developments, global politics, cannot be understood without understanding the aspects of extraterrestrial contacts and what these contacts might mean and might imply for world politics. I believe this is the right approach, and I explain to you why. I have my own experience in this, since in July 2014 I was leading a philosophical camp. We discussed world developments, artistic presentations, and during that camp we watched a Russian movie by Andrei Tarkovsky. It was Stalker. I recommend everyone watch this movie because it's fascinating. Uh, this little picture here is a screenshot of the movie. In short, the movie is about a zone where something crash landed and there was a fire. The military attempted to research the area, but nobody returned from the military. Therefore, the police barricaded the whole area. It became a banned district, and people who were interested could sneak in. Now, they needed guides. These were the stalkers. And the stalkers knew the area. It was very difficult to navigate, and even when they were walking on a path, the path might disappear and they might have ended up somewhere else where they believed to be going. So it was a fascinating movie, and after I watched this movie in July 2014, early August 2014, I noticed an article in the Hungarian media which was taken over from the Russian official media, the Russian Times, and there was a short news about tourists in the Ural Mountains. And the short news described exactly that in the area of the Ural Mountains, the tourist routes behaved as it were taken from the movie Stalker. It was a direct reference. Now, what does that mean? In the movie, it was quite clear that the area might have been affected by some kind of extraterrestrial crash, but no one really knew. And publishing something in the Russian media, international intelligence agencies had to explore what the content might have been in reality. And on top of all this, a couple of weeks later, Putin announced that Russia would have a super weapon very soon. Now, because of this short publication that implied there might have been some gifted extraterrestrial technology in the hands of the Russian developers, Western intelligence agencies took it seriously. Probably the news were fake anyway, but they had to take it seriously. And in September that year, NATO summit decided to increase the military spending to 2% of the GDP, owing to the Russian threat. Practically, this implication for UFOs led NATO member states to increase their military spending. And okay, some might say that it was already 2014 when Crimea was annexed by Russia, so the Russian threat was indeed alive, but still this kind of subtle communication via the media told me as a life experience that yes, exopolitics is indeed real. Now, when we discuss Salla's theory, we need to make two significant assumptions. One of them is we need to relax my belief that Trump is associated with the American weapons manufacturers or the military industrial complex. If we relax this assumption, that allows us to dive into Salla's theory, because Salla, we will see, believes that Trump is actually a good guy. Well, anyone who analyzes Trump's policies can understand that Trump is not a good guy in terms of overall humanity's happiness. But anyway, the second assumption is that we need to accept the speculative experiences as evidence. Unfortunately, understanding Salla, this is a glass ceiling. We can never overcome this barrier that most of his evidence are based on speculative experiences, meditation, psychic readings, remote viewings, whatever. Right, going forward, Salla has two key sources. One of them is a military veteran who got the honorable discharge in August 2024. JP. He always wears a mask when he talks to Salla, and however, he got a green light by his superiors, so he is actually always asked to report about his journeys and missions. So He is an official whistleblower and Salla trusts him. Most what JP says is actually unbelievable. It is difficult to comprehend how that is all possible. But anyway, Salla uses psychics, mostly Elena Danan, who is also an author and an ET contactee, to cross-reference what JP reports about. Yes, unbelievable reports and psychic experiences as cross-reference. Scientifically, it is unacceptable, but speculatively, it invites us for an exciting journey. I would recommend reading Descartes' pieces, because Descartes can argue that if someone chooses to believe in God or the supernatural, it always leads to some sort of dividends. We can get better off. Yeah, in our case, we can get at least an exciting journey with Salla. All right, what is happening nowadays in the world? The core of Salla's theory is this: there are two main political groups, earthly groups, and one of them, the bad boys, he calls them Luciferian Consortium of Global Elites, and he believes the deep state is involved in this. Unfortunately, whenever I find this concept deep state, I find difficulties to understand who they are. And no one really defined it. Now, the deep state is connected to aliens, draconians and grey aliens. And these aliens support the deep state in developing weapons against the good guys, the Earth Alliance. Now, this is where it becomes even more strange, because within the military there are good guys, the white hats. For example, they are the ones who allowed JP to report about his missions, and they are connected to Nordic looking aliens who have two main associations. One of them is the Galactic Federation and the other one is the Intergalactic Confederation. Yes, I know it is already sounds weird, but trust me, it's gonna be okay. By the end, you will see why I am really skeptical. And the main story is the good guys are now cleaning up the area so humanity can enter into a new golden age, into a Star Trek future where we can explore new worlds and travel across space. Right. I leave you to it, what you believe. There are 4 types of alien vessels, as Salla proves, and actually he sent a gift to all his Patreon members on 26th of December, and the gift was a more than 2 hours long webinar which was held in May 2023, and practically he predicted everything what was about to happen. He predicted that the deep state would cause confusion, they would send up drones to mix up with the real extraterrestrial vehicles so the public would not know which one is which, etc. It's okay. Now why Salla might have been correct is this: there are 4 types of alien vessels. One of them is the metallic orbs. Now, in the medieval times, they showed up during the period when the Catholic Church was reformed, and that's when Protestantism emerged. And these orbs were regarded as the sign of the Messiah, and they were the ones that guarded those who wanted to protect the true faith of Earth. So Some paintings showed them. The Nuremberg battle paintings actually shows cigar shape vessels as well. The Basel battle painting shows only these metallic orbs and also white orbs, which are likely plasma, but we come back to those later. And during history, these orbs did show up. In the Second World War, they were called the Foo Fighters, and whenever British bombers and jets attempted to carry out their missions in Allied in German territories, German occupied territories, they often faced these Foo Fighters, and they were believed to be German super weapons. Now, there is evidence that Germany had been developing alien technology, reverse engineering alien technology, and allegedly Germany also got help to develop the orb technology. I don't know why that would happen, but anyway. Moving forward in history, in 1996, a resident in Wiltshire, John Whaley, accidentally recorded as orbs were creating crop circles. And Wiltshire is where Stonehenge is, and probably it's not a coincidence that most of the alien sightings in England concerned or focused around Stonehenge. Anyway, they showed up. Now, after 2004, these orbs were considered a threat to humanity by the US military. And the reason why we could see infrared footage from jets after 2004 is because it is part of a psychological operation, as Salla believes. I believe it is a different story, but going on with Salla's theory, there is another type of orbs. These are the plasma orbs. Now, recently, during the New Jersey sightings, we could see these as well. And according to Salla, they are likely one kind of life form, and they might also represent something as the soul. Now, this is where it becomes a bit strange, because one of Salla's sources, Elena Donan, argues that these plasma orbs are actually coming from another mothership. We will come to those. And these plasma orbs are actually just more developed, but they are functioning in the same way as the metallic orbs. I don't know which one of them can be right. I honestly don't know. Now, moving on, the third type of alien vessels, space arcs. Now, this is where it starts to be very, very exciting. These are more than 100 huge vessels that can host humans in terms of crises. Now, they are hidden underground and under the sea, and when nothing threatens humanity, they are just practically dormant. But they become active before some cataclysmic events, and Salla believes that the last time when they were active occurred 11,600 years ago during the Great Floods. This is where the tale or the story of Noah's Ark comes from. Whether this is true or no, I can't tell. It sounds bizarre, but anyway, because they are activating, they are the ones that release the metallic orbs, and the metallic orbs are performing some sort of monitoring activity. They monitor humanity, and they are choosing the crew for the space arcs and possibly also the passengers. Now, according to the theory, the arcs have embedded DNA, and the orbs are looking for the DNA of those people who can activate the arcs and can steer the arcs forward. Right, I don't know how it works. There is another aspect to this. Allegedly, it was JP who reported it. Other people, inner Earth people, who lives under the ground, they also have DNA which is embedded in these arcs. For now, just leave it there. So, what kind of cataclysmic events are we going to face? Or what is it what we are facing? Now, the fourth type of alien vessels are motherships, and since 2022, well, yes, it coincides with the start of the Ukraine war, they started arriving in our solar system. According to Elena Donan, there are 6 of them, 4 of the Galactic Federation and 2 of the Intergalactic Confederation. And they are also sending their vessels. They are the plasma orbs, and the whole plan is to make humanity get used to the presence of these alien crafts, and they are helping us to transition into some sort of golden age. And in 2023 there was a theory that the arcs will be revealed soon. It has not yet happened, but maybe it is going to happen soon. I don't know. I don't know. It sounds science fiction, but still, it is true that more and more orbs have been showing up on our skies, and these benevolent aliens plan to gradually reveal themselves. We'll see. I don't know. And this is serving humanity's ascension into a new golden age. Salla believes it's going to be similar like the Star Trek movies. I am skeptical, but let's come to that later. Okay, the bad boys are not inactive either, and as Salla presents, after 2004 they started a psychological operation, and this is when the first Tic Tac video was recorded, and later on the Go Fast and the Gimbal and the Middle East video actually showed orbs, so the public can associate them with some sort of national security threat. And Luis Elizondo, who was part of a threat identification program, gave a testimony recently. Now, his approach to the problem was actually used by the deep state, but there are 2 other more prominent deep state representatives. Look, it is not proven. I can't say it. I am interpreting Salla's theory. Avi Loeb, a Harvard astronomy professor, and Sean Kirkpatrick, they jointly published a paper in 2023 about possible alien motherships lurking around in our solar system and sending probes to Earth. And they also interpreted these orbs as threats. How convenient it is to understand all the possible speculative argument and then provide one which is presented as scientific but also practically just speculative. Now, the main goal of all these publications and the media communication is to confuse the public and to create some manipulative state. And when we see possible military drones up in the skies around New Jersey as well, and probably elsewhere too, these serve only one purpose: just to confuse the public. So this is the deep state reaction, but according to Salla, the final outcome will be actually a golden age, and this will include a Trump presidency. Allegedly, Trump was contacted by these northern-looking aliens. Trump is a good guy. He supports transparency in terms of UFO technology and disclosure. I can't say whether it is true. I am indeed skeptical, and you will see in this assessment why. Now, when we see this assessment of his theory, I need to tell you that the prediction he made in 2023 is largely correct. What we see in our skies, possibly man-made drones and real aliens. They still might be just man-made and advanced technologies. I am out of words. But actually, if we believe Salla's theory, they are aliens. Now, okay. Coming back to some problems. Yeah. First, my first problem is that Salla has a contradiction in his theory. If these arcs are activating before some cataclysmic event, we cannot be happy to welcome this development, because it's not leading into a golden age. It is just a safe haven or safe harbor to float around when catastrophes happen. So it's practically a problem. And my second problem is even more, and this is where the title of the video comes from. The Vogons are better, and I refer to these good guys, the aliens' communication. Now, Salla believes that it is the deep state that is creating confusion. My argument is that actually the behavior of these good guys, benevolent aliens, is also creating confusion. Why? They just show up in medieval times. They are believed to be sign of the gods, but they don't tell a word. They make crop circles, but it is just what? Childish drawing? What is this? So, and according to the theory, they are monitoring us. Okay. Because they come here, monitor us without our approval. Even a computer program, a cookie, is better than them because they at least ask if we agree them monitoring our online activity. Okay, so without them communicating properly their identity and their intentions, actually the Vogons are better. They came here, they announced, yeah, Earth will be destroyed because we are constructing a space highway. Fair enough. They didn't let us adjust to their presence. No. If anyone shows up with any sort of intentions and not telling us clearly in a peaceful manner what their intentions are, we get scared, and we, without option, we start guessing. Now, only that they are scanning, this is also part of a guessing process. It comes from speculative evidence. No one really knows. So actually, another problem with this, because we couldn't choose, are we just prisoners on Earth and they are the ones who protect that we don't escape and behave nicely. So it's a huge problem. Second problem. Allegedly they are searching for DNA. Now, why I'm saying this is odd is actually simple. How will they decide which DNA is good? If these arcs were in operation more than 11,000 years ago, during that time, those people whose DNA is embedded in the arcs, they could mix up with lots of other people, so how is it possible to identify them? Second, chimpanzees share 96% identically same genetics with humans. Gorillas share almost 98%. So it is just it's unbelievable. Otherwise it has another problem, which is I don't think that finding only for DNA is actually fair, because if they are looking for the right frequency or right consciousness, honesty and philosophical attitude to life, all those people whose efforts came from their experiences and they did make efforts, however their DNA doesn't match, they won't be selected to survive any sort of catastrophe. So it's just it's weird. Now and it also refers to the role of ancestry, so being a king and all the bloodline, that what matters. No, it's not democratic, not even fair. No, it's just wrong. Another problem, the reference to inner earth people is actually a reference to Nazi German connections. I will make a link in the description to the Exopolitica blog, which includes how the legends or tales about an inner earth are all coming from one source and one source only, Edward Bulwer-Lytton's book The Power of the New Race, or The Power of the Rising Race. I will find it. I don't remember it correctly, the title. And this one explains. Okay, it is in Hungarian, but Google Translate can work with it quite quickly. So the blog post explains that the power of these people, the real, was actually the original thought for the Star Wars movies concept of the Force. And we all know the Star Wars movies. It is the bloodline and the ancestry that matters when someone can become Force sensitive. The sequel movies don't matter because they are practically just mixed up. I don't think that they are relevant in the Star Wars lore, but in the original Star Wars, it is what matters: the DNA, the bloodline, and the ancestry. This is also not democratic society. Sorry. Moving on. The communication, the DNA preference, and the reference to inner earth people imply that these aliens are actually living in a society which is a dictatorship. Sorry, that's what I believe, and this makes me bloody sad, because we seem to be trapped in between the rock and the hard place. And now you understand why I said that I am afraid Salla might be right. the Vogons were better. We can't really choose, and if they do live in a dictatorship, that might explain why they gave help to Nazi Germany to develop orb technology. Or this might even explain why they would choose Trump. It's not a nice scenario. Alright. We might need to make the assumption that sometimes humanity, in terms of moral development, is actually more advanced than alien societies. I hope you enjoy this assessment. Keep in touch. See you in the next one.